Hello and welcome to the Jets of Time tournament. We are on the semifinals here. We are in game 2 of possibly 3. We have moonblizzard ahead by 1 game. Xelpher85 is still needing to tie it up here if we want to go to a sudden death game 3 to be determined on a later date. I am joined today by Corinth. Welcome, Corinth. Hello.
Good evening, guys.
So we're just going to give our runners looks like they need just a second to get onto their start screen here, and we'll start the race pretty soon. If you're not familiar with Jets of Time yet, you will be soon. It's pretty easy to understand. It's a simple open world randomizer for Chrono Trigger. You're going to want to find the right combination of key items in order to gain access to the end of the game and the final bosses. And of course, we'll get into that in more detail as we go along.
The things that are randomized in this randomizer is characters, key items, chests, tech order. So the order in which you learn your magical techs is random for every character. About the only thing that's not randomized yet is bosses. All the bosses are where they normally are.
That's right. So
for now.
So we will be able to predict, for now, what bosses we're going to see in each area. For the most part, they all drop a key item. Again, we'll get a little more into that as we go along. I can't think of much else to say except we are nearly at the very end of the tournament here. So once we pick a winner from this bracket, this is the final of the winners bracket. We will go to losers bracket finals. Pick a winner from that. They're all best of 3. And then we will match up the winner of the losers bracket with the winner of the winners bracket. And we'll have a big old final showdown.
Yeah, this is the second game of the winners bracket finale. Moon won the last game. So Xelpher will have to grab a win here to force a third match.
And obviously, that's, I think, what we'd all love to see here. I know it's what I want to see. In their last matchup on Tuesday, we only had a final time difference of 6 or 7 minutes, if I recall, and they were both under 2 hours on their seed. And the seed was a Genodome required seed. That means they had to check everything they possibly could, including Genodome, in order to get go modes. You don't see that often, but the fact that they were still able to get a sub 2 on a seed like that is incredible. We're dealing with 2 seriously serious Jets players here.
And I did see in our Discord, Xelpher has had a bit of internet issues, had to sit down, so maybe a little bit before he's able to get back up and running. So we may have a little bit of a delay on our hands.
Okay, well, I hope he, we all hope he sorts that out soon. In the meantime, why don't we, go a little more in depth about certain things. So let's start with go modes. In this flag set, we have 3 main paths to the final game, to the ending. So one of them, you go through Lavos. The other one, you go through Lavos. And the third one, you will go through Zeal 2. It's all going to depend on what items they find. So
now, I personally am hoping that we get the rather rare Forced Magus Castle, where your go mode is really to have the Ruby Knife, both parts of the Massive Moon to reforge it, have Frog in your party, have to clear Magus's castle just to make it through Ocean Palace to go fight Lavos.
Yeah, it might be, in essence, my favorite path because you get to fight Magus and do that whole battle. And you don't need to do Tyrannolair or anything like that, or, Death Peak. So if you get those items early on, it can actually be a very fast seed. But, you know, you have to be willing to go through Magus's castle. So you also need the right tech as well. Of course, we'll get more into that as soon as we get going here. I hope Xelpher's computer is not on fire.
I did see he has popped back on the racetime.gg channel. He is getting his stuff set back up now that he's turned it back on.
Great. Yeah, he was here on time, early even, but he was on time and ready to go. And then I guess he had a hiccup. And these things happen, but I'm glad you're all sticking around. Okay, it actually looks like our racers are, in fact, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see his stream actually kick over, because I would expect him to be waiting on the loading screen, and I think we're seeing motion in that direction.
We are indeed. We are indeed. Well, I wish the best of luck to both our runners. It's going to be an amazing race to watch, and even more exciting to see what kind of seed they get here. So pretty soon we're going to go into a countdown here, and then they're going to get started. So enjoy, everybody.
Oh, we should be seeing everyone go here in just a second. Maybe.
If the computer's on fire, I just blame Aang every time.
There you go. That's an answer.
Okay, well, it looks like we've started. So
we've got go.
Robo,
yeah, we've got go.
Robo and Marl start. How do you feel about that, Corinth?
The Robo Mole start's actually really interesting. They're both fairly weak combatants, but you get full confirmation there is absolutely zero reason to go into the Cathedral other than to pick up the third character, because the two characters who lock items behind like quest checks are already in your party.
That is 100% true. Yeah, this is the kind of seed that I might even consider limiting the amount of character checking I do, just for that reason alone. But we'll see how they play this. You're going to find your third character every time at the Cathedral, just like you would in the vanilla game when Frog drops down from the ceiling to help your fight. And then you're going to find your fourth character soon after the Yakra fight, where you would normally find Marl in the vanilla when she reappears. Looks like moonblizzard's going for a early desert. I've noticed he does this a lot these days, and it's a good thing to do because he's going to pick up some early equipment, and even if he can't use any of it, he's going to probably use it to sell for gold.
Yeah, with characters who do not have high starting combat power. So basically everyone not Magus or Ayla. The original fight that we all used to take early on, where you go fight in the market in Medina Village, is somewhat difficult and risky, and it can be alleviated by if you either find a weapon in the desert, or if you get enough gold that you can afford to buy a weapon from Melchior at the fair. I haven't seen anything. Oh wait, there it is. I was gonna say I haven't seen any weapon but a big hand in the final chest.
Then we find a big hand, and the big hand is big goodness because it hits hard. It's one of Robo's actually one of his best weapons. So Moon is about to have no problem with his early game.
Yeah, the biggest difference is that if you go straight to the market fight, as in you go there before you have any other fight encounter, whether you fight it or run it, you are guaranteed to get a crit on your second and fourth attacks. which if you have a character with decent damage is enough to win the fight. Robo and Morrow would be kind of iffy with that, so by going to the desert, Moon now has a weapon, but he's no longer guaranteed a crit that Xelpher is guaranteed to get.
That's right. It does screw up your RNG if you get into any encounters before that shop fight. But like you said, if you go to desert and screw up your RNG there, you have a good chance of at least being able to afford a weapon, which will save you. You're probably going to be doing more damage, than a critical with your original weapon, especially with Marl.
Yeah, it's kind of a 50-50. With this team, I think Desert probably is the right play. We are seeing some people seeing the free checks get done. Moon's about to go to the snail stop where you can buy a key item for 9,900 gold. Xelpher is checking the carpenter's wife while the carpenter's getting drunk on soda. He is going to get a hero medal, which technically unlocks another key item in 600 AD.
That's right. It's a bit of a fetch quest. You can equip the hero medal on Frog in this version of Jets, and it will give him, I believe it just does what it does in vanilla. It ups the critical rate of the mass immune. But, we'll see changes in the future, but I won't say too much about that yet. I do like to tease, though.
And I do see Xelpher did manage to spend enough gold to buy a magma hand. So he is going to have a weapon for Robo. It's not quite as good as the big hand, but it is certainly strong enough to make the easy fights bearable. He just won't have the money for the snail stop. And while I was watching that, I didn't see, did Moon actually stop at the snail stop, or did he?
He did stop there. I don't think he bought the item, though, but the item was Robo's ribbon.
Okay. Oh, with Robo in your starting party, I could see you doing that. And we saw the Chrono trigger picked up for Xelpher.
Oh, that's a Chrono trigger. That's great. That's a great early drop, obviously.
Yeah, so I mean, that's 1/3 of your way to go mode.
Yeah, in order to complete that quest line, you first will need to have the pendant. That's going to give you access to the future. That's a basic way of describing it, and we'll probably get into more detail later. But you need the pendant, the trigger, and the clone, and then you can unlock the Black Omen, and boom, go mode. So 1/3 of the way there for Xelpher.
And see, Xelpher is taking some early fights. Not the market fight. He's got into Guardia Forest. Slightly faster fights that don't give quite as much XP, but do give you more tech points if you fight enough fights to get the same amount of levels. So you can get both of your early techs early, and you get a free shelter, which is kind of nice.
Chad is saying that Moon bought the ribbon, so I think we'll take their word for it for now. Yeah, so I was going to say they both are actually doing their same kind of early game routing that they did in the last race. No adjustments, I think, from anyone, except for we are seeing Robo with a Berserker on. That's fun.
I see people were asking who got the Chrono Trigger. Xelpher got the Chrono Trigger. That is the small egg-shaped thing in the bottom row of the tracker. The smaller kind of egg-shaped thing at the top of the tracker is actually the hero medal.
Yeah, they resemble each other a fair amount, but that's not our fault. Blame the original game developers.
Yeah.
But also don't, because they've created a beautiful masterpiece for all time. So we see Xelpher, going into the Nagaet fight here. Oh, he's only got Ice 1, that's fine. But Robo with a Berserker on is going to do a lot of work in this Cathedral.
Yeah, it'll bump up his speed. It bumps up his damage, so he's going to be guaranteed to get the 60 damage needed to be able to kill a Nagaet in one shot. Marl also got, with Ice, was able to one-shot. So, I mean, that's a very quick fight by Xelpher.
Yeah, it's very quick. It's not as quick as it could be, say, if you learn like a magic AoE to start off with. Even laser spin, I think, will clear any fight in this whole cathedral. But the next best thing is
Ayla as the third member of the party.
That's right. We have Ayla.
And Magus is stuck in Frog's Burrow, so we're not going to see Magus unless you get both parts of the Masamune. So to recruit Magus into your party, you must present to him the sword which will kill him. Makes totally perfect sense.
It makes sense. Just go with it.
And so now the question is Xelpher going to run the full cathedral, or is he just going to come in, collect a few items, and leave? Because this is a decent team.
It is. In the last seed they played in game 1, both of them skipped the entire right side of the cathedral, but they did both grab this negative bromide, which of course you can turn in later in the Dorino town there. You can get one of each tab: speed tab, magic tab, power tab. It's worth it just for the speed tab.
Yeah, the speed tab's good. And we see Robo is not berserked on Moonblizzard's side. This fight take a little bit longer. Marl, because he didn't take any extra fights, doesn't know ice. So no one-shots from Marl. She's having to slowly attack with her crappy bow.
Interesting. And of course, yeah, I'm now, does Berserker up your speed?
Yeah, Berserker ups your speed and ups your damage.
Okay, it does up your speed, so that would be why it's going slow, because Robo is, of course, able to one-hit these, but it's Robo's slow. And Marl. They're both slow. They both have only 8 speed. But now they're both going to have a character with 13 speed, which is Ayla, of course.
Yeah, speed is probably the most important stat that you can get on a couple of characters. There are 2 or 3 points in the game where you have to have someone with good speed and AoE clear, or you risk bad luck resulting in a complete party wipe.
Yeah, if anyone's familiar with listening to me talk about this game, I always say 13 speed, 13 speed. You want 13 speed, at least, on one character with a good AoE, like Corin said. If you have that, you'll be able to basically beat any encounter in the game to the punch. You'll get the drop on them, and you'll be able to wipe that screen without getting hit first. So,
yeah,
we try to give good advice.
And I'm seeing a little bit of chat about the fact that Moon has a better weapon. The big hand will do more damage than the magma hand. So once they get to Yakra, where it's no longer you're just one-shotting things, that weapon might come into play. But now Marl seems to have a better weapon and is now berserked herself instead of Robo.
I love seeing players use Berserker, period.
And Moon also has the Robo Ribbon, which, in addition to being good defensive stats for Robo, also acts as a pair of sunshades, so he has an even bigger damage advantage on Robo.
That's right. It won't increase his speed, but it does increase his damage. So he has a more powerful weapon than Xelpher and a better multiplier at the end of that calculation. So Moon skipping the right side.
Yeah, both runners just skip the right side. I think a lot of runners now skip the right side because, sure, you get 4 or 5 chests, but almost anything you would get at this point is going to be replaced in the next 15 minutes.
Pretty much, and they've gone and done more checks than maybe I would in one of my seeds already. For example, Xelpher did some stuff in Guardia. Moon went to the desert. If you do that, you're just going to be a little more ahead than someone who just comes in here fresh. So Moon's starting his fight now. This is the 5 monster encounter in Cathedral that is so nice to have an AoE magic on, but it's honestly, it's not that scary of a fight. It's just going to take you extra time. And we've got Xelpher starting Yakra.
And just to point out how important that Berserker is that Xelpher had on Marl, she was doing the required 49 damage to one-shot the henchman. Without it, Moon's Marl is not one-shotting. That means you have at least 1 extra ATB in the battle.
That's a very keen observation, Corinth. I wouldn't have caught that. So I think so far we're seeing pretty much even play here. They're both doing lots of damage. Xelpher's
already done with Yakra.
Yakra's
Ice
dead.
Tackle is kind of OP.
I looked away for 1 second, and he's dead. Wow, and Ayla learns triple kick already. It's not super strong at first, but it will become one of your favorite tech if you, keep Ayla in your party. So as Moon heads into Yakra here, we're going to see Xelpher probably go check for a fourth character, although you never do know. I
would say if you've taken the time to fight your Yakra, you might as well go check the fourth character, because it could be Luca.
That's true.
That said, Luca is, you know where Magus is. Luca's the only other character who's really worth much. Frog technically is playable. A lot of people would have a fun debate. Do you want Frog or do you want Robo in your party? But considering the weapons we already have for Robo, I think that's probably who you keep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very excited about Frog in this seed if this was me playing. And it doesn't look like Xelpher's too excited either. He leaves Frog on the sidelines.
He says, we're going to have Frog legs for dinner.
Yeah. But they're friends.
Frogs are food, not friends.
Okay, I have to admit, it is tasty.
Angro saying, come on, let's use the whole healer team. Robo, Morrow, and Frog all at the same time.
Yeah.
The nice thing is you will never die.
You will never die, but you might not get the best time. You want to focus on having the best damage output while just barely being able to survive.
Yeah, so
of course, most of us go for both.
Yeah. The other character locations, there's one character in Protodome in 2300 AD. There's a character on the Dactyl Nest in 65 million BC. To get them, you need either the Pendant or the Gate Key, respectively. And Magus is currently in Frog's Hut and requires the Massive Moon to be reforged before you can get them.
Ooh, Xelpher has not checked the bridge. Ooh, that's a little bit of
so you have to leave and check it and come back.
So a lot of our runners have learned that in your very, very first sequence when you're on the overworld, you want to just go to that bridge, talk to the Knight Captain, and that's actually going to open up this quest here to bring the jerky to the bridge soldiers. So we like to do that first so that we don't come in here, try to trigger the quest and think, oh shit.
I will say, because of the order in which he went to his checks in the early game, it made sense that he didn't do it. The only problem is he forgot he didn't do it. It's a Moonstone. Are we going to do Xena Bridge and keep the Moonstone, or are we going to reset out?
It looks like he's taking it, and I don't blame him.
No, there's the reset.
Aha.
He thought about it, but decided, no,
he
don't
did
need the
think about that one. So it could have been. No, sorry. In the last seed, it was part of the sword. And I think Xelpher took the part of the sword and Moon ditched it. So maybe that's what Xelpher's thinking.
Yeah, and I mean, the Moonstone is basically useless until you get the Prism Shard and access to the future. So it's like locked behind two or three more things before it even begins to appear to be useful. Because what the Moonstone does is it can turn into the Sunstone. The Sunstone can be turned in as part of the Rainbow Shell quest after you've done the King's Trial, and then you get an item. So, it's only 45 minutes out of the way.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you may find yourself actually needing to collect that in the end. If you've checked everything and you have no progress, you might have to actually turn in that Moonstone. But it's probably going to be a little quicker to do it later when you can, get through the bridge much faster because you have, good tech and whatnot. And
we see our first major divergence. Xelpher's gone to Hecarim's Cave and is going to be picking up some tech points and taking on Hecarim. Moon has gone into the desert because he's got ice, so he can make it relatively easy to kill the Red Knight. But he is like level 8, level 10.
This makes me nervous, I have to say. His HP is quite low. If he doesn't get this Red Knight down quick, he's going to be feeling some serious pain. So
I think Marl gets one shot by 3 of the 4 attacks.
right.
The eat attack definitely kills in one shot.
He's obviously feeling very confident here. You know,
there's a couple of attacks by the legs that could do it, but they may not go off until the head's been destroyed, so that might be safe. The sand whirlpool might kill Marl. The darkness breath won't, but then you're blinding people.
that very powerful Uzi punch is possibly going to 2-shot the top. Not quite, but he's close for to the top being dead now. So without Robo's ribbon and that big hand, I don't think he would ever try this.
Well, the top's gone already.
Top's gone. I'm not sure if he has triple kick, just as Xelpher does. I'm not sure.
Huh. The Sandstorm Whirlpool only did 88 damage. I'm used to it seeing a much higher number, and I didn't see any major magic defensive items go on to Marl. I'm kind of surprised at that.
Maybe he did throw something on Marl. I'm not sure. Because, yeah, I agree. That should have done more damage. But that's Moon for you. He finds a way to be the best at this game. Oh, my goodness.
I'm 99% certain the sand whirlpool is not HP based. It's not like a half HP attack.
I don't think so either. I don't know. But it's all working to his advantage because
someone pointed out, why isn't he using Ayla's triple kick? Because Ayla's level 8 and doesn't have 20 MP.
Oh, she doesn't even have 20 MP. There you go.
But Moon gets the kill and the core.
Wow. That's gonna level him up pretty good here. Yep, and he learns Ice 2.
He's gonna possibly. I was expecting maybe a second tech on Ayla. An interesting thing about your techs is your characters who have to have magic unlocked. So Marl, Chrono, Luca, and Frog are all limited to their first 3 techs only until you visit Specchio at the end of time, which you can do by having the gate key or by going through the future factory.
That's right. You do also get one more opportunity when you, I think it's at the end of Magus's lair.
Yes, in theory you could do Magus's lair without magic, somehow beat Magus without magic.
It's happened.
It's been required even.
It's happened. But we don't want to see anything like that. However, I will point out that in our last race in game 1, neither racer actually visited Specchio.
That's true.
And I think, yeah, because they just had Flare Ice 2, Fire 2 off the bat. So.
All right, we're about to see an item from Moon. Was doing Red Knight early worth it? He gets a slow cutscene and a clone.
Ooh, a clone. Oh my goodness. So now all he needs to find is the pendant, and he has go mode. That's incredible.
Yeah, he is one step away.
And we're going to see what Xelpher gets here, too, from his Heckran. And I have a feeling that Moon's going to head to Heckran next. Oh, he is. Yes, that's exactly where he is. Yep. He just got that Ice 2. That's going to be able to clear all these screens really quickly and efficiently. It's also going to do a decent amount of damage, as you can see over on Xelpher's screen. Oh, I see. They've got some dual techs going on now.
Yeah, we got early Glacier.
Yeah, that's
one of my favorite looking techs, even though it's not necessarily the most powerful.
I agree. I like most of the ice animations in the game, honestly.
It's interesting. Frog did get subbed in for Xelpher because Frog has magic, or has magical damage. Robo has no magic. Ayla has no magic. If Moon just keeps this team, it's Ice 2 and nothing else for the final fight.
That's true, but he's probably thinking ahead a little bit. He's going to keep Robo and Ayla in the long haul here, and he wants to give them some tech points early.
They can benefit from the tech points because they don't have to unlock magic.
That's right. They don't have to unlock magic. And Ayla is a little bit of a slow learner, so giving her a lot of tech points early is really beneficial. So what does Xelpher find after beating Hekran? The tools. That is literally awful.
So what that means is we know all of the checks that can be done at this point except for Denadoro. Denadoro Mountain has to have either the gate key or the pendant because it has to unlock the next set of progression. If it has the pendant, Moon will have go mode at like 40 minutes.
Yeah, possibly less. And Xelpher will have to make a decision here. What's he going to check next? Is he going to go to Denadoro? Is he going to do the desert?
That's true. Angro points out it could have Thomas Pop, and we could go on like a fetch quest chain where it's like Thomas Pop into Prism Shard.
Prism Shard is possible because we have Marl in our party, so Prism Shard will lead to progress.
But whatever the chain is, it has to lead to either gate key or pendant. There is no chance of getting Dreamstone. There's no chance of getting either part of the Masamune. You're not getting the Jerky. You're not getting the Ruby Knife.
Now, I thought Xelpher was actually going to go for those Denadora Mountains there, but he deked me out and went for the desert. So looks like Moon's going to be the first one to tell us who or what item is hiding at Denadoro.
Xelpher is going to have a chance to get some extra tech points here because coming in with a tier 2 water magic spell, he can actually take all of the pre-boss fights for single round encounters and get a bunch of tech points. Star Scythe, which would be nice if you had Magus, but they sell for money.
They sell for money, and when, Moon came in here early game, he skipped a lot of these fights, and I think he skipped every single one of them. Might give Xelpher a bit of an advantage here, just in terms of levels. It could make his mid-game boss killing a little faster than Moon, and it could make him have to grind less at the very end. So if he's going to get an advantage, I would say it's a good thing he's doing these quick fights. He's got water too. It takes no time at all, and you get quite a bit of experience in tech.
Yeah, Adusi Robo has learned Area Bomb thanks to the extra fights that Moon took in Hekran's Cave. So Robo is able to do a modicum amount of damage to Hekran. But only if he's in the first slot.
That's right. I have to admit, I love the way Area Bomb looks, and I love how Robo beats his chest like he is a drum. But yeah, it's one of those things. It works better later on in the game. We're a little early here. Robo's magic is never that high, but in certain situations, Area Bomb will really bail you out.
It's also very mana cost expensive.
It is. And now Xelpher has found the big hand. He's probably feeling excited and also regretful that he did not equip it just prior to entering this fight, but he's also coming in here with higher HP. He's a higher level.
And he also has a frog who I'm guessing has that pearl edge that they found in Hekran's Cave. So Frog, now that he's got the water applied, can actually do some pretty good damage.
That's right. And I'm not sure how his ether situation is looking, but it looks like he could hit with two triple kicks on one of these parts, but I don't think it's going to matter much how he tackles this fight because he is going to be done very, very soon here.
It's just important not to queue up all of your attacks at once, because if the head dies and you have an attack queued, it randomly picks one of the remaining parts, and if you manage to kill the core, the rest, whatever's left, will go berserk and probably kill you.
That's right. And another reason I like to hold several party members' ATBs for this, because as soon as you kill the last part, you only have a short amount of time to kill the core. It likes to run away quickly, and if you actually manage to kill it, you get a whole big bonus of experience and tech. And I guess an item drop as well, so... Also,
However, it has very high dodge rate.
it does. Ooh. And he runs away. Xelpher unfortunately does not get that bonus. However, he did, clear a little more monsters than Moon out of the front. So I still like to think Xelpher had a better desert.
Yeah, probably took a little bit of extra time, but still is going to have a good thing. And he's going to know he needs to go up Dinadoro now as well. So both runners will be going up the same dungeon at about the same time. Moon's probably got about a minute head start on him.
I'd say so, yeah.
I guess it'll be more because Xelpher's going to have to do a couple of time warps to go check the item for... Yeah, so he's going to have a couple of delays here, which will add to Moon's lead.
Yep. He's going to be excited what he finds here, though. It's going to add some pep to his step, I think.
We all know it's the clone. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. And for those who are new to the randomizer, may not have played Chrono Trigger in a while, you might watch the Moon screen as he's climbing up the mountain and notice there's like no fights. That's not because there's no fights in the mountain. Moon's just skipping all of them. There are triggers that are kind of hidden on the screen, and if you know where to move, you can dodge almost every single one on the mountain. And there's a couple of places where you see that a lot. Like here, Chrono Layer has a bunch. Death's Peak and Black Omen both have several. And really, I'd say probably 80% of the fights in the game are mostly skippable.
Yeah, they're made optional, and even say inside the Black Omen, where I think in the vanilla game, many of those fights are not skippable. I think same with Ocean Palace. But the developer of the randomizer has actually allowed you to run from them, just because you may be going in there at an inflated level and you just want to get the seed over with. So, Moonblizzard facing down the Massamune twins. I know I say Massamune in some place. Some say Massamune.
And I will do both because I'm not sure which one's right. So I will be right half the time.
That's a good strategy. So Xelpher's really gonna want to, get a lot of these skips as well.
Wow. Moon just one-shot Massa.
Yeah, this is gonna be a short fight. I think if you're kind of a new player to this seed, you may benefit from actually coming here early but actually taking a lot of encounters as you walk up. It'll level you up. You're going to find there's like 20 chests here, so you're going to find a lot of gear if you check all of them. If you're a new player, it can be a great place to spend some time in the early game. For people who, are more on the racing edge, you try to come here a little later just so you don't need that experience and you can just blast through. Xelpher's doing a really good job as well, so...
Yeah, so we're seeing both of them are skipping all of the fights. Xelpher will not have Ice Tackle. So the total damage output by Moon's team, despite having Marl, who's generally considered a fairly weak character, is probably better. Being able to dish out 1,100 damage a turn.
He's also taking advantage of that Robo Ribbon. Xelpher has not picked that up yet. Which I would seriously consider doing if I had Robo in my party. You have to think 9,900 gold is pretty cheap for basically a prism.
The equivalent of a prism dress and sun specs in one item.
Yeah. But he has plenty of damage output either way. Triple kick and Uzi punch. And, frog.
All right, so we will see, is this the pendant and a 32-minute go mode, or is it the gate key, or is it something that's going to lead somewhere else? It is a gate key. Oddly, that's disappointing.
It's oddly disappointing, even though I love spending time watching long races of this. It still could be pretty fast. I wonder if he's going to pick up another character looking for Luca, or if he's just going to go straight to Nizbel for that check. So right now he's going to use that gate key to go to this house here in Medina Village, and he can use it to open the portal in their closet that normally I think you fall out of first.
Yeah, we kind of take this whole portal sequence in reverse from how you do it in the vanilla game.
That's right, yeah. And so normally, and we'll see what Moon does here. I'm not sure if he's going to go learn magic. Probably won't. But what you can do...
Marl doesn't have haste. I think he would go.
He is. He's going back. So this is the fastest way in Jets of Time to learn magic from Specchio. As soon as you get the gate key, go through that closet and then run right around in a circle there, go back in the portal, and it will take you to the end of time. And then you can go talk to Specchio and do his war dance for him. And then...
Okay, I was going to say, what are you doing, Moon? He thought about just going back to grab the epic because it is actually about a half-second faster to run around, take that portal through the end time, go into the other column of light to go back to the cabinet that you just went through, hop in the epic, and warp to 65 million BC than it is to make the run through the valley and the two fights that are there to get outside to 65 million BC without doing time jump.
That's right. It's just slightly faster, and in my opinion, worth it. So,
plus you also unlock end of time access that way, so you can use the epic to go to the end of time later.
That's right. So now I'm starting to get curious with Xelpher. Like I said, in game 1, neither player learned magic. Now they did have great tech between Luca and Marl, I have to admit. But now that Xelpher has Ayla and Robo, I just wonder if he's going to still skip Specchio. If he does, it's going to gain him a little bit of time now.
Xelpher has made it through his Masamune fight, and is going to get his gate key. So we'll see fairly quickly how are they. Are we going to get Divergence, or are we just going to go ahead and unlock magic? Because Frog doesn't have Frog Squash, which is the other tech that you kind of want Frog for if you're going to keep Frog.
I would say so. I'd say you want Frog Squash. I mean, you do have Dino Tail with Ayla, so at least you have that. But and Moon gets a secret tunnel. I don't know what you call these, but if
Miracle Tunnel.
Yeah, the Miracle Tunnel. If that particular Evil Weevil digs there, and he got a Vigil hat. That's beautiful. This is totally beautiful luck. That's all I can say about that. You can go in and out of that room 30 times, and he will never dig there. But if he does, it will lead you to these secret little caves that have these amazing god tier chests.
Yeah, it's completely random. There's no guarantee that he'll ever dig there, or if he will, how long it will take him. But if you can get it, you get Prism Specs.
My God.
Vigil Hat and Prism Specs. Well, that's unfair.
I just threw my headphones on the ground.
And because their time is slightly off from each other, there's no guarantee Xelpher's going to get that.
No, there's no guarantee he's going to get that whatsoever. The chance that he's going to dig that hole the first time you walk into that room are basically, it's like literally winning the lottery. You don't see it ever. So, congratulations to Moon for his lottery win. 1 Vigil Hat and 1 Prism Specs. That's amazing.
So he's got a Prism Spec and Sun Specs, essentially, because Sun Specs on Robo through the ribbon. He could put the Prism Specs on Marl. You could have double spec'd Ice Tackles to take out Nizbel.
Ooh, sounds nice. But you would need Shock.
That's
though,
true,
because
part of the tackle doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, part of that attack is physical. Yeah, he's feeling very good right now. So, I know Moon, when he's got something good going on, he usually doesn't blow it. So, I don't think, he's going to have any trouble from this point on. He's probably laughing. Because I find, like, if I do have, like, super early success on a seed, you might have the tendency to overplay it and just speed through too much. Or it's just me who does that.
No, I've done that. I ended up doing that on a Lavo seed and fighting Lavos at level 29 unintentionally. That was painful.
Yeah. I should say, especially with like an early go mode, you're going to be a lower level than if you had a go mode half an hour later, obviously. So your inclination is to go, go, go. And yeah, unless you know exactly what you're doing, things can get really hairy. Looks like he's hitting Nizbel with that area bomb. I like to see that.
All right. It looks like Xelpher is not getting the awesome chests.
I don't even want to tell him in the post-game interview that happened, because it's gonna break his heart.
Yeah.
So normally in when you do face Nizbel, you generally want to come in here with some kind of lightning based magic, because if you hit Nizbel with 1 lightning strike, you basically get 2.5 turns worth of time to do any kind of damage you want. Of course, he will release that electrocution energy afterwards. But if you time things correctly and keep hitting him with lightning, it's actually easier to take him down than kind of what Moon's doing here. Of course, he doesn't have that option at all. You can always hit Nizbel with any kind of magic, but if he hit him with physical right now, it would do no damage at all. So it's a good thing Nizbel's moving towards Robo.
Yeah. And seeing Rasmus is saying Xelpher can still win. Yes, he can still win. We're almost guaranteed that we're going to find a pendant at some point and go through Black Omen at this point. Because now that we've had the gate key, we're here, but that only unlocks 1 check, which means that this either has to be
Prism Shard, Toma's
Pop, or the pendant.
Yeah.
And the Prism Shard, the Toma's Pop or the Prism Shard,
however,
both have to lead to pendant. So
it could also be the Dreamstone.
Oh, you're right.
And then the Prism
Shard. Be. You'd have to go through Toronto Lair to climb Mount Low.
We have no idea, really.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Oh, this happens so often when I try to get into the logic of a seed. I'll say, oh, there's only 2 ways out of this. And it turns out there's like 5 ways out. And I'm like, oh, no. So, yeah, we could have... anything could happen here. We'll see.
Yeah. But the more things that we have to check, the better. Because that provides the most opportunity for things to kind of turn around.
Oh, and no, there's the pendant. There's the pendant. And there's the pendant. 41-minute go mode. Yep.
So yeah, with the pendant
starting his Nizbel fight, he's really right on his heels here. So
yeah,
we still have a very close race. So
because neither team is particularly strong for a Black Omen fight. The Mar-Robo combination is really good for the Lavos spawn, the Elder Lavos spawn. Good for Zeal 2 itself, but for the Terra Mutant and Giga Mutant fights. You want magic damage.
I agree. And
no one's got it.
I would be interested to see if either of these players go for Dactyl Nest to find that extra character, or Protodome. They might both go to Protodome too, because they're going to want some heavy magic output, and they don't have it right now. They just don't.
And Luca is in one of those two spots. The other one holds Chrono. I'm guessing since he didn't do Dactyl Nest, Moon is either saying, I am perfectly happy with this team, or I'm going to check Protodome, and if it's not Luca, then maybe I'll go back.
That's right. That's a good point, because it's a 50-50 shot at this point. We know Magus is at Frogsboro, so Protodome's going to have either Luca or Chrono, and Protodome's a much quicker check than Dactyl Nest is. If you even want Dactyl Nest to be quick as it can be, you have to do 2 pixel perfect skips, and it's hard. It's hard to do.
Are the seed flags listed somewhere? The particular flags for this seed are not listed anywhere. We can talk about them. What the flags are is on our Discord and on the little newbies guide that's on our Discord.
I'm pretty sure I know it off by heart now. So I chat. That's just the flags we use for our races that we all agreed on it a while back, and it allows you to kill Zeal 2 instead of Lavos to get the ending. So Xelpher's about I'm gonna say 2.5 minutes, 2:45. Yeah. 2:45 behind Moonblizzard at this point. That's extremely close. It's closer than their race in game 1 so far, and Xelpher maybe just a little bit higher of a level, but they are using different teams. So divergence or not, they are diverging in certain ways that makes this interesting. Looks like Moon has opted to
he got into a blue shield fight.
Now Robo is a very clunky character to take through this place, so this is a fight you just don't want to get into.
Because you're completely dependent on the person behind the shield deciding he wants to peek his head out. And it can just take as long as it wants.
That's right, and that just took about 15-20 seconds. Maybe 30 seconds total for the whole fight. Meaning Xelpher just gained 30 seconds on Moonblizzard, essentially, just because of that one failed skip. However, we still have a chance for the best skip in the whole game. I'm not sure if other runners actually try the Dragon Tank skip every time, but you should be, because you never know when it could happen.
It could also cause you to lose a character.
I've seen that far less times. It's worth the risk. In fact, only if your name is It's Taco Hero, that's the risk.
So Xelpher is entering the prison as Moon is leaving the prison. Xelpher is having the princess kidnapped for stealing her own jewelry.
Yeah, I happen to love this one the most. It's so unfair, it's unbelievable.
No, my favorite is actually Magus being taken in. Yeah, 400 years ago, we couldn't beat you in a war. Now we're just going to, throw you into jail casually and not think anything about it while leaving you your weapon so that you can break out.
Yeah, we couldn't defeat you in war, but you were willing to sit in the courtroom. So, we'll just escort you. And, you won't pull anything crazy. We trust you. You'd figure he'd be rolled in like Hannibal Lecter,
Oh, we get to see more Berserker action as Berserker on Marl is going to take care of all the guards.
I just love watching Berserker in action. It's always fun. And it always works. If you forget to take it off, though, it can really screw you over. You have to remember to take that Berserker off when you no longer need it. Moonblizzard just got a Valkyrie from charming the Dragon Tank. That is unbelievable.
Moon, you have enough gear. Stop.
He's just charming more. Yeah. What does he get this time?
Speed belt.
Well, he is just a kid in a candy store, isn't he? And he gets a green dream as well, which I don't use green dream as much, but I know Moon has used green dream in races and it saved his butt. So for him, that is one of the best drops he probably could have possibly gotten. Now in this flag set that we play on these tournaments, we have glitches turned off, and that's probably why you're not seeing any being performed, because we just play with glitches turned off most of the time. Therefore, you cannot perform that elixir glitch at the end of the game. Even though we found green dream, no elixir glitch. And even if you have glitches turned on when you play one of these seeds, you're not guaranteed to find a green dream or an elixir. So kind of makes that fun.
All right, we're checking. We have the early pendant flag turned on, so by getting to the future, your pendant charges up. You can access all the sealed chests and sealed doors. Moon is checking a few of them and is also making his customary stop into Lab 16.
Moon is okay. I'll say it. He's getting greedy now. This is greedy. He's got so much good stuff, and he's still doing these Lab 16. I wonder if he'll do Lab 32 in Sewer. I wonder. He did in the last game. In game 1. We'll see what he does here. I mean, I would say, I feel loaded up on gear. I would probably just start pushing to the goal.
Oh, absolutely. There is nothing. The only thing he doesn't have that I would want, knowing that it's an Omen seed, is a set of black or white males.
Correct. Yes. And he might do a little bit of vendor checking here. He might go to Eris. We'll see. Nope. Just getting this one chest in Lab 32. So this is going to be an interesting Black Omen, I think. This is not an ideal team, in any way.
Yeah, it's not a great team. Your final fight against Zeal, is okay, but man, those mutant fights are just going to be terrible.
Mutant fights are going to be rough. I didn't catch whether or not he spent any speed tabs yet. I'm curious to see what character he's going to put them on. Also, he did not go to Protodome yet. So he's not going to go to Protodome, maybe. That's amazing. I would definitely be going for Luca here. I want to put Luca together with Marl and Ayla, like they both did in the last game, for example. There's such a strong team, especially in Black Omen. If Luca started with Flare, I would just go for it, But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be a very interesting.
I am okay with taking Robo or Ayla into Black Omen. I hate taking Robo and Ayla into Black Omen.
That's a good point. I mean, they're both good against the Elder Lavo spawn, which can be a really tough fight. They both have really good single target physical damage. But Ayla has really not much to offer against the mutants. She can use Tailspin, and she can just do support role. So I just imagine with this team he has now, I'm not sure if he learned Shock yet, but that would be the most powerful magic he has against the mutants, and he's going to Protodome.
Okay, well that makes me feel a little bit better. You could do area bomb against the mutants, I guess. But
he's looking at his tech and he's like, "This I may not." Well, he can ice 2 these actually.
Yeah, this particular fight is not that bad.
If he gets Luca,
go ahead.
How long do these runs typically last? Go ahead, Corinth.
Yeah, that's what I was about to answer. The racers who race this regularly. Oh, it's Luca. Oh. He almost turned around and left, and then second glance and saw it was Luca. Wow. The runs typically go about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours for the racers who have made it this far in the tournament. If you are playing it casually or it's your first time through the randomizer, you're probably looking somewhere in the 3 to 4 hour range for the first run. The tournament was originally 16-ish people, double elimination, so there were 8 rounds, I think.
I think we're on bracket number 30, so match number 30. How many rounds, though? 3 full rounds, and then semifinals, and now we're in like actual semifinals.
Oh, and he's pointing out, no, we were asking how many rounds of laser spin does it take to kill robots?
Whoa.
That's the wrong type of rounds here.
Apparently I've had a few too many rounds, maybe. So Xelpher also picked up Luca there a little earlier than Moon. I didn't even catch that, but he's
and immediately went to go unlock magic.
Yeah, he's going for that dream team that he had in game 1, that they both used in game 1. moonblizzard is possibly remembering that he saw black gear here. No, he's just checking. He's going on a full vendor run now. He wants black gear. He needs it. And I understand. If you have a black absorb against Zeal 2, you almost have a free fight against her, because the majority of damage you're going to receive in that fight is probably shadow, seconded only by, and closely, by lightning spells. So if you have black vest or black armor, black mail, and say a rainbow helm on it, or everyone, that's your free, like that'll make the fight free. Xelpher is going, he's already going in here. He's already got Luca. He's already learned magic.
He's almost caught up. I mean,
if he hits Death Peak before Moon here, he will be ahead.
Now the trick will be Moon did do shopping, I think, to account for his like end game shopping as well. So he like already bought all of his ethers, all of his shelters and stuff. Whereas Xelpher might have to go back for it. But
oh my god, this is really tightening up. Yeah, Xelpher, if he feels like he doesn't need to shop though, then he's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
Woo! It's very interesting. Oh, I thought for a second there Xelpher could pull ahead, but Moon is entering Death Peak now at 55-15, we'll say. And isn't that nice? Xelpher decides to turn him off.
Oh, good man, Xelpher.
I guess they're tired of dreaming. Is that why they asked, to be turned off? I don't know. And we have, that's 25-second difference. Well, I'm doing a little menuing here, but Xelpher has really closed the gap here. Last time we checked in, he was almost 3 minutes behind. And now he's only going to be, 45 seconds behind, roughly speaking. Yeah, if you're not confident in being able to kill Zeal 2 like pretty quickly, you're going to be eating her attacks, like Dark Gear, which is a shadow attack, and of course Hexagon Mist, which is, well, the bane of every player of this. Oh, Moon just did a very, very nice skip there.
Yeah, Moon has skipped every fight so far.
I have not seen
it. Is possible to go through this and have no fights except for the boss.
I've never seen that skipping counter performed like that before. That was beautiful.
Xelpher is starting off on a good note as well for getting his skip.
Yep, both our players are very confident. And Xelpher does the same style. How do I not know about that?
That is one of the newer skips that has been found. At first, it was, you had to...
Oh, and Xelpher just ran straight across there, too. The beautiful skips by both players. Wow.
Yeah, it used to be you had to, run to the center of the triangle, stand, wait for him to finish moving, then run out.
Exactly.
Then it was you could run through the triangle and out. And now, apparently, you can run up the edge of the wall and not get it if you run at the right spot.
Cool, man. That's why I love these races, because you really see these little things that are new improvements that players are making all the time.
Another speed belt.
Also, I heard about this guy, Cthulhu Crisis. He's a really, really cool guy. It's like Xelpher's gathering in here for one fight. I like to do this as well. As long as you don't die, you can get a hefty little chunk of XP and tech points just before your Lavo spawn fight. So
You've got a save point where you could shelter to get all your health back.
That's right. So I'm seeing 19, 19, 20 on the levels for Moon. I'm just going to check when Xelpher does his save. I want to see exactly where he is level-wise here.
I noticed Ice 2 didn't make a kill.
Yeah.
These guys have a lot of damage.
Yeah, these guys have 600 HP. So, well, they're dead now, but if you can't do 600 HP in one turn, you know, you may have to rethink getting into this battle, but Xelpher pulls out just fine. Maybe lost some time, but he did learn Antipode. That's not useful to hear, but we'll see. See how this goes.
Someone's saying, aren't there random battles in this game? No. Even in vanilla, every fight in the game is pre-placed. So in vanilla, in the randomizer, whichever one you play, the fights are in known locations, except for, as Angro points out, the elevators in Ocean Palace and Black Omen.
And I can see that now that Xelpher has visited that save point, he's actually one level ahead. Like, he has 20, 20, 21, instead of 19, 19, 20. However, I think both of these players are missing some armor. Marl is still wearing her hide tunic, and that surprises me. I don't think either of them are going to have trouble with this fight. Obviously, Moon didn't. They both have good, generally good single target attacks here.
The scariest thing is that I noticed 2 needle attacks would wipe Xelpher's party. And there is the potential for chaos to occur, which could result in back-to-back attacks.
Right, he's going to have to be a little careful about that for sure. But he is being careful. I can see he's staying on top of healing. He doesn't want to dip below a certain threshold there. He knows what he's doing. He's also keeping on top of triple kick with those mid-ethers. Yeah, there you
Moon
go.
is slightly ahead.
Robo's down.
Asleep.
Sleep.
It's not quite as bad as being unconscious. You're only mostly dead.
That's right. So I believe the shell here has 5,000 HP, and that's what you're going to want to count up to. Xelpher takes care of it, no problem. Robo got a nice little nap in, so he's ready to go for the next part here. Ooh, and a
save helm that I think Moon skipped.
Moon skipped the save home.
I think.
I'm surprised. So obviously you cannot board the Black Omen in the future because Lavos has already eaten the planet. So you have to go back. That's what Moon's doing now. Looks like he's going to do another vendor check. I don't think either of them have checked Melchior yet. And he's got ethers. Some full tonics. He doesn't have any black absorb. So I really hope these runners find something on the Black Omen. Look at how poor their one blue male.
Which is actually the worst of the elemental males because of how few things it actually protects against.
I mean, yeah, as you go through Black Omen, the blue male is not going to help you much. You might use it on Zeal too. But look
And,
at
and even then, I think Hexagon Mist actually bypasses Blue Mail.
Oh, it does after Halation. Yep. Doesn't it? No, it doesn't. No. No, but your barriers are bypassed after Halation.
Hexagon Mist is always absorbed. Okay, I could have sworn I had a Blue Mail once that didn't absorb it, but that's been a while.
It was probably like you dropped it and it got broken somehow.
Somewhere, yeah. Now, I tend to stick with the black and white mails given the choice. And we were talking about how speed's important. Moon got here. His only character with a true AoE would technically be Marl. Luca has the best AoE, and it's not even a full AoE. And Luca's slow.
Yeah, this is gonna be sketchy. Ayla's already okay. Yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens, folks.
The saving grace is the robots are actually attacking him and not each other. Because if they attack each other, they self-destruct and then blow up your entire party for 200 damage.
At that point, he's through the fight. That's one of the sketchiest laser guard fights I've seen in a while, because unless you die, that's about as sketchy as it gets. But he got through it, and we'll see how Xelpher does. I mean, looks like he switched his team again. But all you have to do is 400 damage to those, and they'll go down. So if he is like water to... Oh, look, no, he went back to the girl power team. Fire 2's coming up. That's nice. I wouldn't think about grinding here. I would go straight for the Black Omen. He's going to be able to use Ice 2. He's got a speed of 10. They're still going to hit
Should have a speed belt somewhere.
Oh, no. He's not spending them yet. He's not spending them yet, but he is going to put power tabs on Ayla. He's saving his speed tabs.
Neither runner has a great way of dealing with the goons.
Now Marl has 13 speed and she has Ice 2, so he's just going to have a smoother entry to Black Omen here. He's going straight to Black Omen. He's going to hit these lasers with Ice 2 right away, and he's going to win this fight right away.
On that quick menuing to get in, even though Ayla also has a 13 speed. That's a problem because you don't know which character is going to go first.
That's right. They really tend to just go back and forth and randomly. You never know.
That was tight. And particularly since Luca is in the party with like no levels under her, so she has 160 HP.
Yeah, they're both going to be doing lots of good to Luca as they progress through here. We're going to see what encounters they choose, because they want to do a little bit of grinding, I think, to get Luca up to snuff, but they're also going to run away from certain things. So Xelpher is really hot on his heels now. Yeah. He's one encounter away.
You typically want to be about level 27 to fight Zeal 2. It's a much easier fight than Lavos.
Yeah, I never used to think that, but I think that now. I mean, it's a little gear dependent, it's a little tech dependent, but Zeal 2 is, I think, just for the fact that she runs on a predictable script, and Lavos is random. That's why she's easier. It's as simple as that. Xelpher's behind mid by very little now. He's right on moonblizzard's heels.
Yeah, it's maybe a minute. There's the encounter he's currently in, one other encounter, and then he would be in the room that Moon's in right now.
And he's got, and I mean, Moon is using Robo. Okay, so, I mean, Xelpher might end up with higher damage output, but Moon's going to be a little safer with Heal Beam. So, boy.
Xelpher just got access to Antipode 2, which is a great damage dealer for the mutants and for Zeal 2.
That's right. Moon isn't even focusing on Antipode. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
Moon also won't have the potential of haste. Assuming he keeps this team.
Assuming he keeps the team. I mean, he very well could switch off. because he doesn't need to level up Marl right now to learn any tech. I'm not sure if they have haste yet, but he doesn't need Marl. He needs Luca to learn things like Fire 2 and Flare. She may already have Fire 2 by now. I know it was next on the list.
Luca's got Fire 2. Moon is trying to set up for a skip, where if this guy keeps his eye closed, you get to run by without a fight. So obviously he is trying to avoid as many fights as possible, is not going to take any extra fights for techs.
That kind of makes sense if you don't have like really good damage output, actually, which he kind of does. I mean, he's running away from all the eyeballs.
Yeah, no, but I actually don't like the reset the room over and over and over again, because I feel like if you don't get it the first time or two, running away would have been faster.
Oh, he's got 15 speed on Ayla now. I'm not sure what exactly he's setting up for, but he's going to blast through whatever he's about to do. I was going to say with the eyeballs, I like to take one of the fights just to see maybe what they're dropping. I've had them drop speed tabs more than once, so I always like to check. Also, if you manage to have good enough weapons, which he kind of does, you can get 1,000 XP and 50 tech points.
Ayla gets one shot. Ayla was his guaranteed damage, I think. And she got essentially one shot because the metal mutes go at speed 15.
Yeah, this is an ugly fight if you don't get it done fast, because those metal mutes, if you don't kill them right away, they're so scary. I don't even want to talk about it because we just saw what can happen. That's also going to buy Xelpher some time as long as he can get through this panel fight quicker. He needs to be quicker. He should have used Ice 2 and Fire 2 maybe. Like, they have a little more a little more hit points than you think. Usually you can only kill them with an elite spell. Like, if you have Flare instead of Fire 2, use Flare.
This is one of the things that will help determine the race. What's the randomizer say about the encounter levels?
Xelpher's also doing that eyeball skip, and he did re-enter the screen several times, except he only did it once. So Moon gets one elevator encounter so far.
And he's slow enough that they are doing the Chaos Song. He got so lucky that no one got hit.
Moon wasted slightly more time skipping that eyeball fight. He actually had to go in and out of that screen maybe 10 times, I saw. Maybe about 10 times. Xelpher went in and out once or twice. So he actually gained a little bit of time there. Moon's got another encounter on the elevator.
And this is the final encounter, because it is always robots, goon. I think it's robot, snake, goon, snakes is the potential order.
Or is it robot, snake, goon? Can he
I
not
thought snakes
get
were
a
the
goon
end.
here? I think he still could get a goon there. He didn't. I could be wrong. Here's another part where there are many skips that we can't even say.
Yeah, that was like 3 fights Moon just skipped.
Yeah. Xelpher's having much less trouble with this fight, but it is still taking a little bit of time. Moon just picked up a Mega Elixir. That's huge.
That's a skip. That's a skip.
Yeah, that's a skip. That's a skip. That's a skip.
And there's another skip.
That's another skip. He went the long way on that skip. I know he knows how to do it the other way, but maybe he was...
Another Prism Spec.
He also found a Terra Arm. He got another Mega Elixir and... well, Alloy Blade is...
And now we get the shop. Which has a tab-in suit for Luca.
Xelpher gets 0 encounters on the elevator. He just gained a huge amount of time. He is so close to Moon now. It's
if he gets all these skips, they're going to be in the same room.
They will be in the same room soon. Oh, and I didn't even notice there was a Prism Helm in that chest. Prism Helm, Mega Elixir. This is insane. I think, I rolled game 1 seed. Corinth rolled game 2 seed. I don't think we're going to be banned anytime soon.
No, I think we're good.
Xelpher just took the short way through that last skip as well.
Right. We are in the same room. Xelpher is starting his shopping. Moon just finished his shopping.
That's right. This is getting incredibly close. This is very exciting. Also, it's only 1 hour and 12 minutes in, and they're on their way to the first mutant fight. If they really, really hustle, it's possible to get a sub 130, but I wouldn't count on it necessarily. I don't think they're going to go all out. They're going to play it a little bit safe, but
yeah, at these levels, the sub 130 would be difficult because
I have to say they're
low
really
damage.
Like, they're in position for it, but I wouldn't make that play during a race. I don't think I would want to just be a little safer. And I think Moon is playing it safer. He has Robo. He can do Heal Beam.
If I were racing against Moon, I'd be pushing for it because I know that if I don't, Moon's gonna beat me. I have not raced it against Xelpher enough to know, but I know that if I were facing Moon, it's like our races are always like 5-second differences. So you take every single second you can get.
That's right. Yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. And Xelpher is one of these players who came in maybe a little later than the rest of us, but has really proven himself with extraordinary gameplay and execution.
Absolutely.
I love watching both of these players play. And once the tournament's done, maybe I will be lucky enough to challenge them to a race or two.
Poor Moon tried so hard to skip this encounter. He went to like 4 different doors.
He really did. I hate that encounter maybe more than anything else in the Black Omen. They'll troll you. They'll troll you hard. Looks like he's not even going to go for that chest. He finally got ungreed. Oh my god, he got the skip on the first eyeball. That's amazing. He made up time. He made up time there on that Incognitos.
Xelpher is saying, I have enough tech points. I don't need to fight one of the large tech point givers.
Interesting. Yeah.
Flare is not unlocked yet.
I would really be gunning for Flare here if I was playing. Even if I feel like I might be a little behind. You know, you want to get that output on the mutants. The mutants could be such a difficult fight if you're not ready for them and if you're trying to play on the edge. I mean, it's one fight in the game I'll take where I just want to steamroll it. I don't want to take any risks.
And what surprised me, Xelpher skipped the fight that gave a bunch of tech points and then took the fight against the Gato clones, who give no tech points or almost no tech points.
That's right. So it's going to be really interesting. He's going to just run from this eyeball fight, but he is so close to Moon now. Oh my goodness. It's going to be really interesting to see if Xelpher deploys haste. I know he loves deploying haste. I've seen him do it many times. He does it perfectly well. He's given Marl speed tabs. That could be a huge advantage for him in the late game here.
No, the biggest differences here, Xelpher will have haste, which will be important for the Zeal 2 fight, and possibly important for the mutant fights. Moon has the far better team for taking out the Elder Lavo Spawn, Zeal 1, and the Mammon Machine. The only reason I don't include Zeal 2 in that is because haste can be good because it has, Zeal 2 has so much HP.
But Xelpher could just sub in Robo when he gets to Elder Lavo Spawn, because I think that's all you need here.
That's true.
Is that Uzi Punch. Although he did eventually find that big hand. And I think they've actually both found Terra arms at this point, which is Robo's best arm, aside from Crisis arm. But it's going to be very interesting. There's a speed tab found by moonblizzard. And a silver stud.
And the silver stud sounds great until you realize that you've got like a sun spec and 2 prism specs.
That's true, but they are kind of low on levels. I'm not sure what the right decision there is. I mean, I might not swap a prism specs for a stud, but I might swap a sunshades.
Yeah, well, the sunshades is part of the Robo's ribbon, and Robo's not the person who needs the stud. You want the stud on Ayla for triple kick, or on Luca when she learns Flare.
If she has Flare, which I don't think they've learned yet. So
Not yet. Flare's the last deck.
It's the last deck. Wow. Xelpher doing a really good job on that skip there. Moonblizzard entering the Giga Mutant fight. This is one of the hairiest fights, probably, in the whole randomizer. And if he doesn't have amazing magic damage output, he's going to have to really manage support, because Giga Mutant can do a lot of damage. It doesn't heal itself like Terra Mutant does, but
it steals your MP.
You still have to be really careful. Oh, that's great. Double V-bomb. Good night, nurse.
So that's 2,000 damage around. Talking about the speed penalty on dual text. So it turns out that hidden deep within the code of Chrono Trigger, if you do a double tech, one of the characters involved will have a speed penalty applied to them. There's someone made out a chart, but the short answer is if it involves Luca, Luca takes a speed penalty anytime she's involved in a double tech, and her speed is effectively cut in half on her next ATB bar. So having speed tabs on Luca helps mitigate that somewhat.
I was wondering why that kept happening. Moon's having a pretty good fight here, but Xelpher is going to have maybe an even better one.
Yeah, we're starting at the same. We're on the same boss. We've got dueling boss fights, basically.
He's going to go straight for haste. Yeah, he's going to haste Marl first. That's the right thing to do. She's going to beat everyone else to the next turn, basically. Still no flare, obviously. Boy, this is a tough fight. I think once he gets Marl and Luca hasted, they can start outputting that Antipode 2, and he may use Ayla for support at that point, but we'll see what happens here.
This has to be the kill. Moon's going to have a bit of a delay as he manages. Oh, no, that's the fight. Never mind. Luca and Robo both down to single-digit MP. That was about to become very tense.
Yeah, I have to say, Moon's efforts there with double V-bomb is something you don't see very often. Oh my goodness.
And unlucky fights for Xelpher, basically getting the poison into a throwing star. That'll kill just about any character not named Robo.
Yeah, he's lucky he's got Marl on haste with life 2. But boy, if he doesn't start getting those Antipode 2s off.
And now Ayla's down.
At least he got one haste off. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's the same case. Now Marl's almost out of MP, unfortunately. And a smart decision to have Luca initiate the Antipode 2, because that means the MP drain will come from Luca, not Marl, who doesn't have the MP to spare.
Yeah, exactly. And either way here, I might consider pretty soon just dumping one of those Mega Elixirs, but that's me. I mean, this can be such a sketchy fight. He's just going for the Lapis, but he still needs to heal Marl's MP very soon. He's going to go back to that Antipode 2. Meanwhile, Moon has taken a couple of encounters on the elevator there. Was that another 2 encounters?
Yeah, there's another 2 encounters.
Okay, so he's 4 out of 6, and Xelpher is 0 out of 3 so far.
Now we get another Antipode 2 off. Antipode 2 is doing less damage than the double bomb was.
Indeed, and Giga Mutant has 6,000 HP on both parts. You have to do 6,000 to both parts. Do it at the same time, please. Don't kill one part then the other, because this is another fight where if you do that, the other part will just go berserk and kill you. So kill them evenly. If you're using Tailspin with Ayla to hit one of the parts, alternate it. Hit the head, then hit the tail. Hit the head, then hit the tail. And at this point, Ayla's Tailspin is actually going to help, I think. If you can spare the time to do it, It's going to do 500 damage roughly, probably at this level. He takes care of Giga Mutant. Giga Mutant is down. Meanwhile, Moonblizzard is working his way through the quote-unquote unskippable gauntlet that leads up to the Terra Mutant fight. I didn't catch if he got the bat skip or not.
He did. That is one of the more difficult skips to
Beautiful. It really is. It's tough. It's purely a matter of execution on the while you're running. It doesn't rely on pixels or anything like that. You just have to beat those bats.
All right, Xelpher's got one fight.
Yep, Xelpher's got one fight on the elevator so far. Moon is heading straight into Terra Mutant here. He got the panels down in one turn.
All right, we see a quick gear check, a quick shelter. He's got 5 shelters left, so he's got plenty of shelters to make it through the fights.
Yeah, I think both players have enough shelters. Xelpher ate another encounter. He's still ahead, though. Even if he gets all 3, he'll still be ahead of Moon in terms of elevator encounters. And by the way, Cthulhu, yes, I've done the same thing. I've used Tailspin on only the head of Giga, and yeah, you will face the wrath. However, here, you can use Tailspin on the head of Terra Mutant, because the head of Terra Mutants is all you want to attack. You don't have to hurt the tail at all. So once you get that head down, you just wait, and then the fight ends.
Okay, so this time Moon's going with Shock. I'm guessing it's because Robo is not actually in range for the double bomb because he's not in the first position. That is one of the
That's
downsides to Robo's techs. Is almost all of the really good ones are positional dependent, and most of them require him to be in slot 1, which is the worst slot as far as skips are concerned, because Robo's just looks so much bigger. It throws off your spacing for like your pixel perfect skips.
Yeah, I believe that every character maybe have the same hitbox and the same speed when you're running around.
They do. It just looks different.
But it's much tougher with Robo. It just is. Takes practice, we'll put it that way. Because I watch in the vanilla, the 100% glitchless runs, for example, you'd have to use Robo for the Geno Dump conveyor belt skip. You don't have any other choice. You only have Robo at that point, so you have to complete that sequence with Robo. So it can be a good thing to practice.
All right, so Moon has finished the Terra Mutant fight, 125-40. Xelpher is basically getting ready to start it. So we are one encounter off.
Yeah, we're one encounter off, and we have just slightly different teams. This is making me excited. I want to see how... Well, I wish he had Antipode 3 by now, but still.
If you keep...
Moon was unable to use double V-Bomb here, so...
Yeah, if you keep Luca in the party, you earn like 255 tech points for defeating the Elder Lava Squad. So I think you will still end up unlocking Flare for the final fight, where it's almost useless.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you have a big pile of Mega Elixirs, I don't recommend using any AoE attacks on Zeal 2. Just don't do it.
Now, I like using Antipode 3 right after the Zeal 2 halation because you're about to lose all your MP anyway. Might as well go ahead and nuke it and then drop the Mega Elixir.
I mean, I believe Raster Cecil in chat here does bring up a good point. Zeal 1 and Mammoth Machine, while they're not that threatening of a fight, it is good to get through them as fast as possible. And Antipode 3 is one of your best bets.
Alright, so the single target damage for this fight is going to be Blaze Kick on Moonblizzard's screen, and I'm guessing Robo is relegated to the healer role.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's doing a
Nearly 4K damage.
nearly doing 4K, so he's still gonna have to hit 4 times.
That was the wrong item, Moon. You gave her a tonic, not an ether.
I think it has 12,000 HP, the head of this, and so he'll have to do 4 attacks, unfortunately. I wonder how Xelpher is going to play it. Of course, he just picks up that Prism Dress now. He's got Marl, he's got Haste. I love putting Haste on anyone who can do single target damage here. So, like, Xelpher's got Ayla. I would put Haste on Ayla almost immediately, and even maybe put the Silver Stud on her, and just whack away at that head.
Yeah. All right, we see an elixir get used to bring Ayla back up to speed. Is Luca going to survive? Barely.
Oh, I can see that Hail Beam was one of the later learned techs. He does take down that Elder Lavo spawn just as Xelpher's heading in to the fight. I wonder if any of them equipped the safe helm for this.
I think I saw Ayla with a safe helm.
That would be smart because, honestly, the worst attack you're going to feel from this guy is physical.
The destruction zone's pretty bad, too. It's Shadow.
Oh, it's Shadow. Oh, I thought
it might be fire.
I thought maybe you couldn't do anything about it, but maybe it's one of the two.
It is absorbable, but I don't know what it is now.
Okay. Make a note of that. Moon's about to get a save point here. See, after you do Elder Lava Spawn, you can look forward to the save point. You don't have to go back. Sometimes I see players do that. They'll kill Elder Lava Spawn, and then they'll run all the way back to the next save point, or the last save point.
So long as you can survive that fight. If you don't have a speed 13 character and you go into that fight with like 100 HP left over from the Elder Lava Spawn, you can die. Not speaking from experience or anything.
You do want to be a little careful. Don't pull a procky and get nuked at the last leg of the race.
And your last save is 3 bosses ago.
Well, it's a procky thing.
That's a corn thing too. I've done it.
Yeah, well.
All right, so Xelpher is about a minute and a half behind Moon.
Okay.
That is easily within range of something that can be made up in the Zeal 2 fight with Haste.
I believe you're right. Haste can help you so much in Zeal 2, and it's for this one basic reason. If you're doing more turns against her, you have a better chance of beating her to her final attacks, like Dark Gear, Shadow, and Hexagon Mist. If you're hitting her with more damage quicker, you're going to avoid that. And I don't think anyone found any black absorb or white absorb.
I have not seen black males or white males. We do see moonblizzard getting the one glitch that is still available is the menu glitch. If you press and hold the menu button during screen transitions between bosses, so like Zeal 1 to Mammoth Machine, or more importantly, from Lavos to Lavos Core, you can actually get a menu in and do all your healing and equipment changes instead of going into the second phase of the fight at 50 HP.
Yeah, and I find that's especially huge here in the Zeal 2. Because you tend to use up your most powerful attacks taking down Zeal 1. So,
and Mammoth Machine goes down in one round.
Yep. Here we are, Zeal 2, final fight, as Xelpher is entering Zeal 1.
Yeah, and we point out this does end at Zeal 2. We have the flag set where Zeal 2 is considered a final boss. So you would either fight Lavos or Zeal 2, not both.
That's right. We decided on that being a good flag set because Black Omen takes longer than Ocean Palace. So it's a good way to balance out the game in general. If they both got different go modes here, it would balance it out.
Yeah, as Cecil points out, Moon has been helped so much by having the second pair of Prism specs, because that's Prism Luca and Prism Ayla doing all this damage. And he got that in that secret room in Reptite Layer.
Yeah, if I was Zeal 2 right now, I would be
Terrified.
very, very scared. Yes, very scared. Looks like Xelpher got that menu glitch as well. He's going to just heal up here before he faces the Mammon Machine. Should only take, just like Moon, I would think, 1 round, maybe 2. Mammon Machine's down, and then he's going to go right into the Zeal 2 fight. Boy, Moon's doing a great job here, though. He is, I'm sure, on his first Hellation?
Almost. I think there's probably one more round.
Oh, I thought he hit her 3 times, but yeah, once you hit her, she has 20,000 total hit points. Once you get 10,000 down, or half, she'll cast Hellation on you. That's where you want your Mega Elixir. So he's
there it is.
Now.
And very importantly, she just fired a laser, which is good, because that means the ATB of the hand is low, meaning you won't get immediately shot by a laser as soon as Hellation is done. It can be that you get immediate follow-up to Hellation with an attack that will kill someone.
So Moon only has maybe 2 more hits here.
As Xelpher is starting Zeal 2.
He just dunked another Mega Elixir, because why not? Moon wants the win here. He doesn't want to play game 3. He wants to sweep this series, and he's about to. He only needs 1 more Blaze.
There it is.
No, that's it. He's done. It's over. As Xelpher enters Zeal 2, he's going to do an amazing job as well. And he's so close behind Moon here. It's not even funny. It's probably going to be closer than the last race. Oh, this is one of the best races I've ever seen. And best series.
That was an amazing run. Amazing race. 134 is your final time. That's a fast seed. As Moon has joined us as Xelpher starts his Zeal 2 fight. GG, Moon.
Moon, congratulations, brother.
And Moon, I don't know if you know, you're muted right now. May have stepped away to grab a drink real quick. Xelpher is finalizing his fight. Should be getting ready to see the Hellation on his side as well. We've seen the haste come out. We've seen a couple of triple kicks.
I feel like Moon just doesn't want us to hear him. Oh, hey, Moon. Welcome.
There's Moon.
Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you.
We were joking about how you were muted and maybe you were stomping around your room screaming because congratulations. What an amazing time. What an amazing seed and an amazing series.
Thank you, Brock. Thank you very much. Oh my god. I was actually very worried because I could have skipped Cathedral, and I kept thinking, if Xelpher skipped Cathedral, I'm like behind because it narrowed down again.
Yeah, you all were a minute or 2 off from each other almost the entire race today.
Yeah, and it went back and forth. It was insane. Yeah. It was so incredible.
I will say,
did he skip Cathedral?
No, he did not skip Cathedral. The biggest difference is you got the super secret tunnel, and he didn't. So you had the extra.
The prism spectrum divisor had dropped. That was
that was probably the biggest difference overall, I would say, aside from, it's hard to say. You both did everything so well. Execution-wise, your skips were on point. I mean, I didn't see mistakes made on either side, really, for the most part.
Yeah, going back to a few battles, for example, I missed the position of Robo for the second mutant fight. So I wanted to double V-bomb again, but I was mistaken. He should be at the first place. And he wasn't, so I couldn't double V-bomb, so it took me a little more time to do Fire 2 and Shock. There were a few mistakes here and there that I kept thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have spent all my speed tabs on Robo. And right from the start, I was actually worried about the Red Knight fight. And then I thought, okay, I'm doing desert first, so I'm not very confident, so I'm going to use my speed tabs on Robo, because I got a big hand, and I bought the Robo's ribbon, and I was like, okay, let's go Robo, let's do this.
And GG to
Which guy-
Xelpher, who has just finished up his Zeal 2 fight.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the 3 minute and 30-second difference.
oh my.
Unbelievable. He.
I mean,
I wanna
that's
see
a
you guys
double
race.
sub 140 seed. That's ridiculous in and of itself.
I want to see more after the tournament's over. I want to see moonblizzard and Xelpher do a 7-game series, but that's just what I want, because you both are two of maybe the best players of this I've ever seen. It's unbelievable.
Wow,
We have
wow, thank you,
Xelpher.
thank you. Okay.
Almost ready to join interview here, and so with that, moonblizzard takes the series, this best of 3. He won 2 games to 0. He swept it, and both runners did such a great job. Xelpher, welcome. Congratulations on your amazing time.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Xelpher.
Hey, Moon. GG's,
welcome.
Moon.
Oh,
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. I was so worried because I didn't skip Cathedral, and I did a few mistakes here and there, and for a moment I thought of going to Dactyl Nest to maybe grab Luca, but then I thought, no, we are going to access a new character in the future, so let's wait. And then I kept thinking, should I go back to teach her magic? And then
This is something me and Corinth did talk about at the time. We thought, wow, I wonder who's going to check Dactyl Nest, if anyone. And Corinth said, well, Proto's a little faster. So.
And it's a 50-50 shot because we know where Magus is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
That's
both
exactly
did the
what I
same
was
thing,
thinking.
though. Xelpher went there a little sooner, but like we were saying to Moon, Xelpher, you guys were like within a couple of minutes of each other, and honestly going back and forth through most of the race. Xelpher had a bit of a lead here. Moon had a bit of a lead there. Xelpher lead, Moon lead, Xelpher lead, Moon lead. It was so close. And
Really?
we had a 3 minute and 30-second difference on the final time. And boy, you are both just incredible players. That's all I have to say.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was an amazing run. Everyone kind of took the same checks, slightly different order, same characters, different parties for most of the run, which was kind of nice. We thought that it was possible that Marl and Haste would end up making up the difference, and it kind of closed the gap a bit. And I think if there had been like another check that you all had to do, another major boss fight, that actually would have swapped it.
So Xelpher, what was your final team then?
Oh, the girl team. You can't go wrong with the girl team.
Yeah, as soon as he found Luca, he went for girl power, and
Wow.
Moon stuck with Robo, and I think there's a couple reasons for that. One of them being, A, he fed him speed tabs at one point. B,
Yes.
he actually bought that Robo's ribbon early and found the big hand early in the desert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did you get past the mutants then?
With double, yeah, I mean the
Double
first
V-bomb.
mutant, double V-bomb. The second mutant, I should have used double V-bomb, but I actually got the position of Robo mistaken, and he was not in the correct position, so I had to use Fire 2 and Shock. That is the issue with that team. I should have used double V-bomb for the very first Goon fight, and I was. The position was wrong again, so I never know which position Robo should be for each fight. It's kind of tricky, so. It cost me a little bit of time, because with double V-bomb you could actually one-shot the 2 Tubester encounter, the 2 Goon fights encounter, and a few encounters in the Black Omen, which would have been faster because I kept using Beast Toss and Triple Kick. So it's kind of tricky to use that team, but maybe I should memorize the positions for the finals.
Yeah, it is tricky. At the end of the day, you both capitalized on Blaze Kick, which is an excellent choice. That's Fire 2 and Triple Kick between Luca and Ayla. You both did that on Zeal 2. You were both doing amazing damage with that. So the only major difference was that, Xelpher used Marl.
And I had the second Prism Specs, I guess.
Yeah, so we didn't quite reveal that to Xelpher yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Second prism specs? What is this nonsense?
Okay, when Moon went into the Reptite layer, the first screen he got with those evil weevils, the fourth one dug a tunnel into the magic caves.
Oh no, really?
And he got
the secret tunnel.
He got the secret tunnel. He picked up a vigil hat and he picked up a prism specs.
Moonlight.
Oh,
And so we were like, I can't believe how lucky that is, but I didn't want to say it to you, Xelpher. It's not fair. Not fair. However, he got almost completely screwed over on the elevators in Black Omen. You did really well there.
So the elevators were definitely in my favor.
You were both dealt a different hand, and
how many encounters did you get on the elevator?
On the first elevator, I think it was 0.
Wow, I got like 2 and 3.
You got
2 and 3? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, you got 2 and 3, so you had 5 out of 6.
No,
so,
I think it was 2, maybe 2 and 2. I don't remember actually. I was kind of pissed off because of how many encounters.
I think Moon got 4 out of 6, and Xelpher got 2 out of 6 elevator.
Oh,
yeah.
So where was the time difference? The major time difference then?
It started picking up around Black Omen. I think it was Double V Bomb that did it for you, because because Flare was the last tech for Luca, obviously. So Antipode 3 was never available. So while you were with Double V Bomb, you were doing 2,000 damage. He was doing 1,500 with Antipode 2 on Giga Mutant. I think that was maybe where
the double prism specs made a big difference too, because I mean your blaze kick was doing about 1,000 more damage. Your double V bomb's doing about 50% more damage than Antipode 2 was.
So I could one turn Z01, I could one turn Mammal Machine, and only 5 attacks, 5 blaze kicks for Z03 2.
Yeah.
Because of the 4,000 damage mark.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, really.
God.
Yeah. Well,
thank you for the amazing time and amazing race. It was my.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you
for everything. Oh man, this was a lot of fun.
You've both done such an amazing job, and especially Xelpher, who came into the community just a little later than the rest of us and actually has proved himself to be an extremely formidable opponent.
Exactly. Congratulations, Xelpher. Yeah.
Oh, he's gone deep into these playoffs, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more from Xelpher in the future. Unfortunately, of course, he got knocked out tonight in game 2. So that means moonblizzard moves on. He is the winner of the winners bracket, the winner of the winners. We still have coming up, and soon, I'm sure, within the next week or 2, we're going to be scheduling games for the finals of the losers bracket. So this is going to be held between Raster Cecil, who is the developer of the game, a little rigged, maybe, we'll see. He's facing Corinth, who is one of our great commentators here tonight. So that's what we're moving on to.
It's going to be a fun race. I'm looking forward to racing against Cecil. It's been a while.
I would practice.
I've been trying to get time to practice. I watched Cecil's last game, and he was pulling stuff. I'm like, the heck is this stuff that's coming out of nowhere?
Yeah, Raster Cecil in general is someone I love to watch play this game, not only because he developed it, but because he knows every in and out and generally plays in a very safe way that is fun to watch. And then when he enters a race, he turns on all his jets and he turns into just a crazy opponent. So good luck to you, Corinth.
I'll need it.
Moving forward, you'll both need it, because Corinth is also there's a reason why everyone here in chat today, except for me, was in the final brackets.
No. So, our race is not tomorrow, Cecil. No.
Tomorrow.
I see them in the chat.
Tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
But we'll do it as soon as possible. We'll do it as soon as possible, and hopefully it's on the same channel here, SpeedGaming 2. I'm really looking forward to it. And after another best of 3 series on the losers bracket finals, we're going to get our final matchup. That's going to be moonblizzard versus either Corinth or Raster Cecil. And from there, we will determine who actually brings home the Chrono Cup.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, GG, Xelpher, again. Congratulations on your excellent time. I think it was your APB for you.
Well, that was definitely a PB for me. I'm taking
nice.
this.
Congratulations.
But
Congratulations.
Good
Thank you,
GG,
Corin.
Moon. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck. Thank you, everyone, for setting up everything and the compliments. Much appreciated. And as always, I'm glad it was a nice race.
Yeah.
And I will see everyone around.
Yeah. A big thanks to
Congratulations,
Speed Gaming for hosting our tournament and all of our runs and doing the restreaming for us. That's big for us. So thank you to the Speed Gaming staff for hosting us.
So who was tracking today again? It was Angro?
Me and Corinth did it together.
Okay.
Actually, we came up with a
Okay.
system before the seed, and then it
Nice.
broke down, but we made it get done. So
Yeah, so thank you again, Brock and Corin, for the commentary and tracking, and everyone, and Speed Gaming. See you guys in the next match. Thank you again.
Yep. And a big shout out to the chat for keeping us honest on our tracking. That's important.
absolutely, big shout out to chat. Big shout out to Xelpher, Moonblizzard, our competitors here. We're gonna wish Moonblizzard luck in his next competition round. He's gonna have to wait a little while for that. Thank you, Corinth, for being here with me, and I'll be here for the next round for sure. I'm gonna be doing commentary for the rest of this tournament, 100% guaranteed. So
Awesome.
Nice.
I hope to see the rest of you very shortly.
Let's go. Have a good one, everyone.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see y'all soon.